Hey Facebook, good morning. Happy 5th of July. I know that sounds like a crazy, greeting, but apparently we're in a perpetual state of celebration, at least around here we are. We've been lighting off fireworks since, I don't know, 2 weeks ago, and I don't see any reason that that's going to stop. So happy 5th of July. Okay, listen, I know I've kind of been getting on here at crazy times. It's summer, and that's just kind of how my schedule's going. But I'm finding that when I want to pop on and do these lives are at times that I'm inspired or something happens and it triggers like, oh, this would be a good topic to talk about. This is probably something that's going on in a lot of homes or whatever. And so today I was just at my favorite place in the entire world, Kroger. Not really. I hate that place. I don't hate Kroger. There's nothing wrong with Kroger. I just am not fond of the grocery shopping experience. But I found myself there this morning and picking up some necessities, and I kind of got behind. Do y'all know what it's like to kind of get behind somebody and you kind of are following the same like route through the grocery? And I got behind a mom and a daughter, and I don't know, the daughter looked to me to be about 13 or 14. I have a 14-year-old, so she looked about 13 or 14. And it was early, on the 5th of July, and the daughter is walking around the grocery with her mom. And I just kind of picked up on bits and pieces of their conversation. So I definitely want to call attention to that. I was not obviously shopping with them. I was not privy to the entire conversation, but a couple things I heard were, the daughter was like, oh, I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Why are we doing this? And the mom was like, well, you shouldn't have stayed up on your phone until 2 in the morning or whatever. And, which I could totally relate to, right? I've said that before. And then there were a couple other little exchanges and, just very typical. I could tell nerves were on edge. But then when we were over in the frozen food section, and she was looking at ice cream, or she was looking at a frozen treat or something. And the daughter made the comment, oh, I'm so fat. I don't need these. I'm just so fat. And the mom, I kind of paused because I was really curious how the mom would respond to that. And what she said was, well, you shouldn't be on the couch so much. You should get up and work out. And the purpose of me getting on this live and where we should all be focusing is not on what the mom did wrong. Okay, we all live with people. We're very familiar with the people that we live under the same roof with. We hear things a lot. We become kind of just, sort of numb to some of the comments that are made. Sometimes we might think, well, they're fishing for a compliment, or, it's just something else to complain about type thing. So I totally get it. I know we all have responded to our teens and our spouses and, our friends like, oh, here we go again, But I just wanted to offer a suggestion on if you are hearing your daughter make comments. And I want to say I've recently become very active on Instagram. And what I see a lot on Instagram is darling, beautiful girls, all shapes and sizes, in their bathing suits and in their summer attire. And the comments when they post a photo, the comments are, oh, you're so beautiful, you're hot, hot body, jealous, I want to be you, that type of thing. And that's all great. But what the messaging is that they're getting on social media, as I'm sure we all know this, right? And just our culture is that you need to look a certain way. and you need to wear a certain size or be able to put on a certain trendy kind of top right now and rock it, right? And so when I hear a young girl say, I'm so fat, whether she, no matter where she falls on the size spectrum, what I'm hearing is I am looking for affirmation. I am looking outward for assurance that I'm worthy, that I am, that I fit in, that I can wear the same clothes as everybody else, and that I can look as good as everybody else, right? And so anytime we want something, and this is very important, I'm going to say this again. Anytime we want something, whether that is like for us grown-ups, financial security, if we want to be at a certain weight, if we want our spouse to act or do or say something, or we want our friends to invite us places and go on girls' weekends and all of this, anytime we're looking for that, it's not about those things. It's about how we think we'll feel when we get them. So when your young daughter says to you, I'm so fat, or I wish I were skinny, or I wish I had skinnier thighs, or whatever it is, she's not really looking for that so much as the way she thinks she'll feel when she gets to be that size or when she reaches that. And the thing about wanting to be a different size or wanting something different in your life, if you don't have the right mindset, if you don't have the love and the acceptance that comes from within, you all know that when you reach those goals, when you get that certain amount of money in your bank account or you reach that certain number on the scale, the happiness factor, the contentment is like a blip on the screen. It's very fleeting. It's not it's not something that lasts, right? What lasts is that feeling that comes from within. And so when your daughter posts a photo on Instagram, she's looking for that instant boost. She's looking for that instant acknowledgement of, I'm doing something fun, I'm with fun people, I'm creative, or look, I'm beautiful, whatever it is. She's looking to hear that from the outside. And so if it so happens that 236 people like her photo and she gets 30 comments, then she feels good about herself. If she puts it out there and it's crickets and she only gets a couple comments, she doesn't feel good about herself. These are the places that we need to focus. And I know that when your daughter makes a comment offhandedly in a grocery store like that, it's not really the time to sit and really investigate where this is coming from. But I just encourage you to think about asking her, instead of the response of, well, you should do this, or you should try this, or no, you're not, hush. Instead of that, you ask her, hey, how do you want to feel? Like, how do you want to feel about yourself? How do you want to feel when you get up in the mornings? And really make that association of, this isn't really about your body image. This isn't really about material things or how you look. This is about how you want to feel. And really kind of bring back that association, because what happens is when we realize that it's a feeling we're going after, and then we realize that we can control how we feel, and only we can control how we feel, it's so much more empowering, right? And it brings more positive change than, well, you should do this or you should do that, right? Should, the SH in should is the same SH that the word shame starts with. And when we are trying to make changes from a place of shame and guilt, it doesn't last, right? Just like those comments that you get on social media when you post a picture, it's a nice boost, but it's fleeting. And then what happens is you feel like you have to continue keeping up this, social media presence to keep getting that boost, to keep getting that hit, right? So what you want to ask your daughter, again, the tip I'm giving today is ask her how she wants to feel about herself. How does she want to feel about her body? And at first, the response might be awkward, or it might be like, what are you talking about? I want to feel skinny. I want to feel, she might throw something at you that's not real deep. But just stick with it and say, why? Why? Ask her, do that toddler thing where you ask why like 3 or 4 times. And eventually she's going to get to the bottom line is, well, I want to feel like beautiful, or I want to feel valued, or I want to feel worthy. And then at that point, the dialogue goes to, your value never changes, right? We're all born with the same value. Nothing you can do, no size you ever get to, or no thinness can ever change your value. And your value is established by your Creator, who put you here for a purpose. And your purpose is to, love yourself and love others as they are, and however you want to go with that. But the main point is, when you are responding to your daughter, when she makes a comment about her body, is how do you want to feel? How do you want to feel about yourself? How do you want to feel emotionally? How do you want to feel physically? And then at that point too, if you're wanting her to get up off the couch and do something, or if you notice that these comments are coming and Summer has just kind of got her feeling, down, then say, let's go on a bike ride, or come on, go out and walk with me, or, let's go do this, or let's go do that, and invite her along and get her in a place where you guys are spending some time together, moving, and then she'll start talking. I notice that with my son a lot too. Girls are much more likely to have conversations when you're just say, hey, let's talk about this. They're like willing. But with your son, I'll try and say, well, we need to sit down and talk. And it's like, I've just said, we need to sit down and, scoop our eyeballs out with a spoon. But when we go out and we shoot basketball, or we're moving and we're doing something, he becomes a lot more talkative. So that's my tip for you today. I hope that helps. I want every girl to know how beautiful they are. I just think that when we all feel beautiful, when we all really embrace our gifts and what we have to offer, no matter what that looks like on the outside, I just think it just, I think it's priceless. I think it's something that we're all capable of doing for ourselves and seeing in others. And so for me, this coaching that I'm doing and this work that I'm doing is very focused on, turning your focus back inward. What is it that you want? How do you want to feel? What do you need to think about yourself to feel that way? And conditioning them to really look inward instead of constantly seeking approval outward. So, I've got 2 events coming up in July. I've posted about them. You'll probably be getting emails about them. I would love to spend some time with your girls. If you have a daughter in middle school, we'll be getting together on July 23rd, and we'll be talking about some of this stuff, but really what we're going to be talking about is busting the myths of middle school. And it's just going to be a fun night. We're going to have food. I'll have older girls there to talk to them about their middle school experience. And it's just going to be a really good time. So I'd love to see your middle school daughter there on July 23rd. And you can go to coachbetsy.com to my events page to sign up for that. And then also I have a fabulous frosh. event that I'm doing for the second year in a row that I love. You know, a lot of times our girls kind of like, you know, we all do, especially summertime right now. We're not really thinking ahead, and that's fine. That's, you know, we should all be in the moment. But when we can sit down and set intentions for the kind of school year we want to have and know how to follow through with those intentions, and when we can set goals, like fun goals, and also just inspire one another on ways to get started on those, or pretend like we've just finished our freshman year and look back. That's going to be some of the stuff we're going to do, and kind of recap and pre-cap, and just do a lot of fun exercises around that to kind of get their minds in a place where, hey, I don't have to just show up and hope for the best in high school. I can show up on the scene and be prepared to create my own experience, because I'm the only one responsible for that experience, right? So that's what we're going to do on July 16th. So again, CoachBetsy.com, events tab, go to it, and I'll see you there. I'm excited. Hope you guys are having a great summer. We're halfway through. Again, enjoy the fireworks. I'm gearing up for the 10th night in the row for them. All right, toodles.